The Grizzlies look to take charge at the FedEx Forum.
Here we
and
go.
we're going to bring it to you live from Memphis, Tennessee. This is Kevin Harlan. I'm joined by Richard Jefferson and Greg Anthony. And David Aldridge will be reporting from the sideline. And so for the Grizzlies, their last game, a loss for three, Bridges. And Desmond Bane pulls it down. Now here's Morant. And there's...
Ooh, nice finish.
It's all good.
And man, does Morant put on a show. He's got such insane athleticism.
One word you always hear the Grizzly players mention is chemistry.
Yeah, you can't fake chemistry. And it's true. When you ask these guys what makes their team special, they point out what a tight-knit group they are. Some people might not think chemistry is a big deal, but it is huge when it comes to this league.
And one thing is, if you look on paper, it could feel like there's chemistry. But as you know, sometimes it doesn't translate to the real world.
No, it does not translate. And then after that, if you don't have chemistry, you better have professionals.
Ja Morant impressed as a rookie, but in 2022, he really started blowing the roof off.
He's been doing some tremendous things. And how about a 52-point game in February that year? Only 12 of those points came from threes. That's a lot of buckets.
Now let's go to Hall of Famer David Aldridge, who had a chance to talk with head coach Taylor Jenkins.
Thanks, Kevin. He thinks the big issue for them is to make things difficult inside. He understands that their opponent has a physical presence, but he wants his guys to match that physicality or surpass it. Obviously a tough order to fill, but they have to do it.
Thank you, David. And it's Ayton missing.
Slow start, 1 of 4 to begin this game.
Here's Morant. He's off on that one. Paul with the defensive effort. And so Booker will bring it up for Phoenix. 4-point game. The drive by Paul. For 3. Phoenix no good that time either.
And they're 1 of 5 to start this game. Just really haven't gotten into a flow offensively.
Here's Morant. And Morant throws it down.
This is what you pay to see. Morant doing what he does, exploding right to the rim off the drive. Wow.
The shot's good from Paul.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. He'll gladly take those.
Here's Morant. And he goes big with the dunk. Right over Mikal Bridges.
Timeout.
And when Morant takes off towards the basket, look, you're already done. You've already lost because that's how he makes his living.
And the Suns call their first time out of the game. Suns trail by 6. Paul outside to the middle. Here's Ayton. It's going to be a goaltending call here, so they'll count the bucket.
That's a very close call. I'm sure he thinks it's a clean block, but looks like it was on the way down.
Jackson with the screen. Here's Morant. And Morant throws it down.
Oh, he's got some hops. Morant, this man loves to attack the rim whenever he gets the chance. And when I mean any chance, I mean any chance.
Yep, it counts. Paul's got 6.
Now, how about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket?
Pass to Jackson. And they double up Jackson. No good that time. The Suns go the other way with it. We've seen the Suns get back to being one of the league's elite passing teams, RJ.
That was the trademark of the Steve Nash era. And look, they've returned to a brand of team-first basketball. It's allowed them to join the ranks of some of the top teams in this league.
And it's Adams on the follow.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Down low. Here's Ayton. And the layup is good.
And padding that field goal percentage, just hard to stop Ayton when he gets the ball that deep.
Morant with it. Chris Paul covering. And then Morant slams it in.
Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying to get back into a game like this.
Ouch, Greg, that is definitely an emphasis jam. A big apostrophe or exclamation point, maybe even a question mark. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
So good at staying in attack mode. When Morant is going at defenses, he forces them to foul him.
And he makes both free throws.
And it's a luxury to have a great shooter like him at the line. Very rarely see a miss.
Pass to Paul. Back to Booker. Can't hit from 12. And we reach the end of the first quarter. Grizzlies lead by 8. And we'll be back shortly. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for Memphis. And when people talk about defense, the term boxes and elbows comes up a lot. Great for our audience. Can you explain what that's about?
It's a great point, Kevin. And listen, the 2 defenders on what we call the boxes, that's down in the low post area. You see those 2 boxes down at the end of the free throw line. And then you have the 2 defenders on the elbows. That's the edge of the free throw line. The idea to close down the paint. And creating a little separation here, gaining some confidence.
Yeah, they've locked in during this stretch. If they keep it up, their lead will only continue to grow.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. It is hard to forget the crazy draft night for Bridges in 2018. Drafted 10th by his hometown Sixers, his mom was an employee with the team. But he was traded an hour later to Phoenix. He says, it was tough, but once I came here, I loved it. The group of guys we had, I knew I wanted to be here. And they are sure glad they got him, Kevin.
They are indeed, no doubt. D.A., thank you.
What a pass from Morant. He does a terrific job staying alert, seeking out the right opportunities to get his teammates involved.
And there's a whistle that goes on John Konchar. That's his first foul. Payne with it. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. He gets it in there. And we're now about a minute and a half into the second quarter. Morant outside. Going inside. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
In terms of entertainment factor, can any current player top Ja Morant? I mean, we've seen Ja with some vicious in-game throwdowns.
Hey, Greg, talking about the great Ja Morant, this guy is just flat out fun to watch.
Well, Ja's been known to go off for 50 on any given night, but he also looks for others, dropping some nasty dimes. Morant has an insane combination of athleticism and skill. This guy can do anything. The finish was nice, but the setup was better.
Yeah, GA, the pick working to full effect before the stuff.
Yeah, you like the pick to set up the open shot, but when it leads to a dunk, okay, even better. You'll take it.
Here's Payne. Wall with a block.
An explosive athlete with length. Wall is a threat when he contests shots.
Into the lane. And Wall with the slam.
Taking matters into his own hands.
Yeah, we didn't expect to see that kind of finish.
A point guard getting up like that, boy, that is special.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
And that could be the spark they needed to make a little run as they try to even this thing out.
Oh, that's blocked. And so it looks like the Suns will retain possession here. Here in the second quarter, about 3 minutes played. No good from Lee.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
Pass to Wall. And he drives in. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And you know, for proof of what Morant's done for the Memphis franchise, look at the offensive numbers. Grizzlies have made huge steps forward every year.
Greg, the improvement since Morant arrived has been very steady.
And the Grizzlies went from the 20th rated offense in his rookie season to number 16 in his second year, and then all the way up to number 5 last season. Ja has turned them into a powerhouse.
He's made one and missed one so far in the game. And he makes the first.
And you got to respect Wall's tenacity. This is a player who hasn't let injury slow him down. He always puts in a big effort and just pushes himself to give his all.
And here's Booker from the arc. The Grizzlies pull it in.
He's just basically a body out there right now, nothing else. The team is struggling, and he hasn't been able to help them out at all.
Clark for 3. Rebounded by DeAndre Ayton. And so Ayton will bring it up for Phoenix. Down by 15. Their next game, playing at home, as the Nets come into town. And that will be the first game of 5 straight at home. The drive by Paul, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Grizzlies will take it.
Yet another miscalculation. They are really their own worst enemy right now. It's why they find themselves way behind.
Clark outside. The Grizzlies with another miss. Suns trail by 15. And they go to the intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Here's Paul. 6 points for him. Ayton a screen. Paul goes in. He makes another one. That's 4 up and 4 in to start his game.
Uses the pick so nicely. Paul gets the screen and fires away.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Clark with a wide open look. And another miss by Memphis. Paul right side. It's stolen by Wall. And now the Grizzlies, fast break. With 2 seconds left. And then Clark slams it in.
Quick off the floor and powerful. Clark loves to attack that rim.
And so it's the Memphis Grizzlies riding a 15-point lead at the end of the quarter. Their defense has been terrific in this game. Right back after this break. And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second.
Well, this is where measurements don't tell the whole story. Clark is a tremendous shot blocker despite having an average wingspan.
Hits the three-point bomb. Clark's got the first bucket of the third here for the Grizzlies.
And what kind of defense was that? You can't give up wide open threes like that. What are you doing?
And here's Booker from the arc. Here's Paul. Oh, and he blocks it off the glass. Wow.
Off to a bit of a slow start in the second half. 0 for 3 so far.
Wall attacking. And from college to the pros, Richard, you played for some legendary coaches. And speaking of coaching, is that something you've ever entertained doing?
I never have, and I never will. Coaching, the amount of hours that you have to spend sounds exhausting. I love my job right now, and you know why I love my job? Because I get to work with you.
Oh, listen, the feeling's mutual.
Got that one to go. Okay, now 1 for 4 at the start of the second half.
And if you're just joining us, we played over a minute here in the third. Clark for 3. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Clark's got his third basket of the night.
The real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
Yeah, I love the competitive fire right there. You drain a triple on us, and I'm coming for my revenge.
Paul goes in, and the layup's good off the glass. Paul's got 10 points in the game.
It's just one of those nights where he's been very good, but his team is losing, and that's just an odd feeling.
Switch.
And here's Wall. Paul grabs the board.
Well, guys, look, the Phoenix Suns ended the regular season on a high note last year. They finished first in the Western Conference, a feat they hadn't accomplished in a bit of time.
Back to Booker. Hangs. He can't get that one. And the Grizzlies going the other way now.
You know what? He's just stone cold right now. Really not sure if he's their best option offensively as they try to get back in this game.
Aldama can't hit. In 2004, the Phoenix Suns clinched the top spot in the Western Conference, and they're about ready to do it again.
Yeah, and that was the Steve Nash, Amari Stoudemire days, and that was practically 2 decades ago. But the Suns have earned this top spot. They have been putting in the hard work with this young core and grinding out all these games.
Was that 7 seconds or less?
Yes, sir.
Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. It's Wall with the drive. And the layup falls. 8 points for him.
And still possesses that blinding quickness. Wall, terrific at reading defenses and angles and just knifing himself inside.
Now Booker with the shot. Shot clock at 6. Ayton. And the rejection by Clark. Wall with it. Chris Paul covering. To the wing on the left. Launches it. And that one's good by Clark. Clark's got 9 points now in just the second half.
Yeah, how about the percentage they're shooting from beyond the arc here in the second half? Boy, they've been terrific from beyond here in the second.
Wall taking his time here. Yep, that one goes. Wall's got 10 points.
Inside, outside, it doesn't matter. Like how Wall attacks and looks to score when the opportunity presents itself.
Ayton a screen. And here's Booker from the arc. Another 3 for Phoenix.
Now this is more like it. 9 points for him from three-point range this half. That's 9 more than he had in the first.
It's Wall with the drive. And that one's good by Clark.
Get ready to run.
This is not the same guy we saw in the first half. Credit him for finding a way to shake off those first 2 quarters.
Inside. No good from Booker.
Okay, let's just say it. This has been an ugly quarter for him. Not quite a break a mirror ugly, but it's getting there.
Outside, Wall. Clark outside. With the drive. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
You know, this is not an area where they expect him to contribute. You know, he's a guy that shot below 70% last season.
Stolen by Brooks. Now here's Morant for three. It's hauled in by the Suns. Paul for three. And that one released in time, but no good. And so it's Memphis, finishing the quarter up by a whopping 24 points. And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. And here's Morant. He'll bring it up for the Memphis Grizzlies. They lead by 24, their biggest margin. Here's the drive. Johnson with the rebound.
Why? Just why? Come on, man. Save that one for practice.
Paul looking over the floor. Good for another bucket. He's made half a dozen now, 6 for 8 on the night.
Every team wishes they had a star like CP3 who provides whatever you need when you need it.
Here's Morant. And he goes big with the dunk right over DeAndre Ayton.
And guys, that's not as easy as he made it look. You've got to have some skills to pull that off.
Well, he's got plenty of those, that's for sure. That's a 2 from Paul. Phoenix keeping it alive with a new 14. Johnson down low. 5 on the clock. Ayton. Some solid defense there from Jackson.
Solid rebound there, and with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy.
And Morant gets it to go.
You want to know why they're winning? It's because of his play offensively.
Stolen by Brooks. Final quarter here, and we're just over a minute and a half through it. Pass to Jackson, and Jackson throws it down hard.
A big target with good hands. Jackson doing damage in the pick and roll.
Now here's Booker. Here's Ayton. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. That's on Jaren Jackson. In a moment here to take a look at some hustle stats for the Grizzlies. And no good on the second free throw, so he goes 0 for 2 there.
Young big men, though, often struggle to find consistency, but you look at Ayton's first 4 seasons.
Oh, my goodness, the slam!
Boy, you have to be impressed with the offensive production. They have got it firing on all cylinders.
They've had great execution, and what stands out is that they're just taking what the defense gives them, not forcing anything.
Impressive at using the pick and roll. Ayton slips well to the basket after setting that screen.
Morant drives in. Here's Adams. Hits the J after faking out the D with the quick up fake.
He knows his job on the glass, and he does it well, cleaning it up and sending it right back.
Stolen by Jackson. And then Morant slams it in.
It's been all about Ja tonight. Can score in so many different ways.
And we're about 3 minutes into the fourth quarter. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. That one's on Morant.
I mean, even from over here, you could see that one pretty clearly.
And we talk about the playmaking ability of CP3. 3rd all-time in career assists, 2nd all-time in career assist percentage, and he looks far from done.
No one near Wall as he lets it go. And they recover it. This one for three. Bangs home the trifecta.
The team-first mindset of Jackson, willing to get the ball to his open guys.
And Greg, what separates Paul from the other two guys that have more career assists is that Paul also averaged 18 points a game.
And he scores with efficiency. Really a one-of-a-kind talent. When he finally does decide to hang him up, I think he'd make a great head coach as well.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Grizzlies.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And so with this, they'll end up with their second win on the year.
And they'll take the win tonight, setting the tone in the first matchup of this four-game season series.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Ja Morant.
He was doing everything right, and the points came in bunches. Definitely had the hot hand.
Pass to Bane. No good on the triple.
Just enough coverage to bother that three-point attempt.
Bridges misses.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Jackson from long range. It's hauled in by the Suns. Ayton with it. Good, and Paul gets the assist.
Few create shots as easily as Paul does for his teammates. He is just a great setup guy.
And there's the 3-second call, this one on the defense. And the technical free throw is good. Outside Wall. So no problem for Memphis as they get the win. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in a supreme effort. It just felt like once they had